Yo, what's up? I'm back again. And today I had a pretty I think today was like a 7 out of 10 in like good days, you know. So, to start with, I had what do you call it? I had chem no, I had physics this morning. And that class was I mean not too bad. I had to introduce myself to the class. Um Social anxiety was kind of holding me back a little bit, but I think I did pretty well. I pushed through it, and I think I came across as an okay, a relaxed person who I'm definitely not in those scenarios, but I think I did okay with that introduction. Um, Next, I had it turns out my physics class is literally right next door to my friend's class who I have chemistry with, so I can literally just right after that I can literally walk to my class with him. We go our separate ways into like the classes right next to each other, and then right after that we can meet up and go to chemistry right after, which I felt was like perfect. I didn't know this was the case, but I think Wednesdays might be my favorite day now because after chemistry, also, um, I have actually it was like like no, is it lecture or lab? No, it's a lecture, chemistry lecture, but it's in like kind of a cramped room. I feel like it's like two lab classes worth of I keep saying kids, but like two lab classes of students all crammed in this one room with like 4 or 5 desks rows or something. Um, yeah, it was kind of cramped in there. We had to like scoot chairs and like add room because we had to be with our group partners from that lab day yesterday. And then I turns out we're doing like the exact same data tasks or like group work things that I literally did last semester in my other chemistry class. So that's fun. I was told that apparently this chemistry class is exactly the same material as the last semester I took, but just a little bit extra. I want to fix my hair too. I don't know. It looks. I hate this stupid thing on the side. After I shower, sometimes I'll curl up if I don't get a haircut. Whatever. Um, Absolute cinema. What am I doing? Okay. Next, after chemistry, it turns out that my friends get out of class, or were out of class at that time. About that time, they were on their break, I guess. And my friend apparently saw me from like across the quad. I want to call it quad. It's like an area between the physics buildings. He saw me, I guess, and then he called me. I was like, "Oh shit, my people, my people. I have friends over there." So then I went over there, because my friend who I was in chemistry with was talking to someone else at the time. So I was like, "I'm just gonna leave for a second." And then I walked over to my other group of friends, and I hadn't talked to one of them in a while, but he was one of my close friends from like elementary school. That guy, and then another close friend from elementary school who I hang out with quite a bit. He helps me work on cars and stuff. And then someone else I was meeting in my calculus class who was friends with the first guy, the elementary school guy, um, who I don't talk to a lot. But I'm learning about this new guy, and we're becoming friends slowly. I'm being introduced to him through like being in a group with him. So I think that's good. Um, anyway, we know each other through calculus now, so that's cool. Uh, those two guys, the guy I work with cars on, and then the guy I'm trying to meet, they had to go to their classes, so I just ended up hanging out with my friend from elementary school. He apparently they had all just got like in and out, which I was like, damn, I need to get food because I was on like my 2 hour break. I I have break times now, which I didn't have last semester, and I think this is gonna be a lot better because instead of having just full one class after the other for like 5 or 6 hours straight, I now have like two classes, 1 or 2 classes in the morning, and then now I can I have like an hour or 2 hour break in between those classes until like later in the day where I have a lab or a lecture, which I think I really like. I think that was a good choice, especially for the classes I'm taking this semester. I'm gonna need that. But anyway, during that 2 hour break, and I'm going to In and Out, walking all the way there, which I don't normally walk a lot. I haven't walked in like a hot minute. I mean, no, I walked a couple weeks ago, but like I haven't walked from the campus to a place yet because I haven't had time to, and normally I just go to campus and leave after classes are done. But this time, I have time to go walk around, so I walked off campus with that friend and went for him back to In-N-Out again, and then on the way to In-N-Out, on campus still, he met up with one of his other friends that was apparently looking for him. We were in the cafeteria at first because I was wanting to see if they had the cafeteria, but we saw his friend. He's like, "Oh hey," and then we ended up walking with him, like just basically kidnapping him. I guess not really kidnapping, but like he ended up wanting to come with us to In-N-Out, and we all got In-N-Out. There's like three of us, and that was nice. I wasn't expecting to get In-N-Out. I was expecting like at most get something on campus, but I don't know. I didn't even have breakfast this morning. I was gonna have an apple, but I didn't do that. But I got In-N-Out, so that's food. I'm not sure if I want to do that every week though, so I'm gonna have to find some sort of solution. But it worked for this week, and I'm making friends along the way. Obviously, like not through my classes, I guess, but like through my friends now. I'm making friends, which I think is something. It's a way for me to make friends without having the stress of like having to just I want to call it like a cold start, cold open friendship. But after that In-N-Out, I saw one of my friends driving his Miata back home also, which is kind of funny. Uh, but then my final class after that break, I did have to make a friend, like cold start. I don't know how to refer to that, like from zero, from nothing to like actually talking. Because apparently we had to do, it was for a lab, and we had to do an experiment where like you drop the thing and time it and see how high it was. So I sat down in the class not expecting much. I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna have to probably end up like making friends with someone not my choice. And then I sat one seat away from him, and then a whole bunch of girls came in, and it was like three of them, and I was like, oh, I guess I'll move over so that they can sit with each other. And then I ended up not having to be like, I was like, yeah, you want to be lab partners when the topic came up or whatever. I was like, and he was chill. He's like, yeah. I was like, okay, cool. And then did the experiment. I think it was pretty chill. He was talking to me about I was actually learning quite a bit from him. He was talking about how he's like construction management. I don't know if that was a major or I think that's just like an area of study. But he's talking about like trying to fix up homes or something in the future and like buy up a bunch of houses and flip them. Which I was like, damn, that sounds like a good idea. And he was looking to like retire pretty early, which I'm like, yeah, that sounds kind of smart. And then kind of bonded a little because I'm like, yeah, I'm civil engineering major, so we're basically the same. Even though I don't really know if I want to do civil engineering or not, but I don't know. It's whatever. I'm talking way too much, by the way. I have a lot to say today, for some reason. Anyway, I think that interaction went well today. I was happy with that. We did the assignment and stuff. The actual lab was pretty easy, but like we're learning in physics about what's it called? Like unit conversions and stuff, which I thought I was confident on from chemistry last semester, but I guess I'm not because man, I was struggling with those example questions. I'm gonna have to practice those apparently. And then yeah, that's basically all my classes today. And then I don't think I did much else besides watch Fallout, new Fallout episode. Apparently it came out yesterday because apparently they're changing it to Tuesdays now. I thought it was like every Wednesday, and then my friends were talking about how they moved it to Tuesday. And looking on Amazon Prime, they retconned all the dates for the. I don't know if they did for sure, but it looked like they retconned all the dates that the episodes came out to make it match this Tuesday date release. So I don't know if it ever did actually release on Wednesdays or if it did on Tuesdays because I never had access to the app before. I just watch it because my friend streams on Discord, or we go to his house and watch it. But yes, okay. I think I'm done talking. Yes. I'm gonna say actually I had 2 burgers today because I had a burger at In-N-Out Burger at home for dinner. But okay, I'm done talking. Thank you so much for watching. This was longer than I wanted it to be, but I'm glad I talked about stuff. There's definitely something else I want to say, but this has gone on long enough, so I'm gonna end it here. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Leave a comment so I can reply to you. I keep. Wait, what am I trying to say? I mean, I've said this in the past, but I realized that I didn't say I was gonna respond to them. But I do want to respond. I always respond to them. So yeah. Okay, I'm done talking. For real this time. Okay, bye. Thank you for watching. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.